from the perspective of whether they've been in the organization for a few years, or maybe it's somebody who's been hurt for a while, or it's a first-year player. You never know who's next.
It's great to have a mix of experiences and levels and trajectories through the minor leagues all in the same place.
It creates a layer of players feeling like a part of the organization, not just a level.
Good, 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 good. Feel your posture, right?
The main reason we're here is just get a taste of what it's like and, get a taste of the dreams that we're all working towards.
You got 3 arches, medial, longitudinal, and transverse. So we need all those to be active in order for us to function optimally as athletes.
The theme of the camp was essentially consistency and being consistent with everything that we do, whether it's how we eat, how we sleep, how we hydrate, move, how we recover, how we train.
Here we're working on spinal hygiene. Not only do we want stability from a strong core, but we also want our spine to be able to get in positions that are demanded with the sport. So we're gonna try to open up some space, loosen up our back, because the back feeling good will usually help with everything else.
Baseball's tough. The players that take care of themselves on a more consistent basis, even though it's not the most glamorous aspect of it, they tend to be in the best position physically to go out and perform.
If we can deadlift 500 pounds, but that foot and ankle complex cannot handle 500 pounds, that's gonna limit my performance.
If we get the hips in good positions, we can do a lot of good positions on the mound, we get in a lot of good positions in the box.
And the scap is one of the most important muscles or groups in terms of our throwing. If it doesn't work, that shoulder blade, that shoulder joint starts to become dysfunctional and it can lead to more issues down the track.
If there's anything that you take away from this, it's the controlled and the tension aspect.
As strength conditioning coaches, we put them in the best possible position to have success, so we can then hand them off to their hitting coaches, their pitching coaches.
Scoot up a little bit. You want that full ball of the foot on there. Yeah, solid.
Yeah, there you go. Let that pull around, good. And now use that shoulder blade to pull it back. Good, you feel that?
It's really easy to do the wrong things. So it's nice to be here when you're under the guidance of all these guys who know exactly what they're doing.
Keep the 8 a little bit tighter, because it's gonna make it for a more dramatic turn, and it's gonna kind of naturally swing us into shoulder adduction. And then when I turn back this way, shoulder abduction. It's stability versus dynamic stability. That's better. See how smooth he looks now?
Being here now gives us a good opportunity to know exactly what we need to be doing when we go back home.
We want to make sure that there's no detail missed as much as we possibly can. Those small details at the end of the day is the detail between scoring 1 run or preventing 1 run, which ultimately either puts us in the playoffs or wins series in the playoffs and wins us the World Series.
All right, boys, love your work.
Thanks, Michael.
Easy, Cam. Enjoy, man.
We had a lot of these players who were in Arizona at the Papago facility, and then we flew them here. We tried to make it smaller so we could get more individual attention than maybe years past.
So I gotta turn the lats back on. So I want this bar to touch your legs the whole time. Push it, actively push it against your legs.
I think bringing players in that are at the AAA, AA, 40-man roster level, knowing that they're knocking on the door and could be here full time in just a few months is extremely motivating for all of our guys that are here.
Go! Feel it, and go! Good money.
If you're in AAA or if you're in rookie ball, there's teammates to be had everywhere.
Just getting picked up out of high school, it's gonna be a big change, you know? Coming to camps and just like talking to everybody, getting an understanding of what it's actually gonna be like come the spring and start of your career. Everything's just gonna help you from now on.
Somos una familia. Sin importar que algunos sean latinos, otros sean americanos, siempre nos mantenemos comunicándonos, sin importar la barrera del lenguaje. Eso es algo que realmente se aprecia mucho.
Some of the younger players, they need to see the older players and be around maybe some more mature players that have better routines. I think the older players need to see some younger players who have a little more sparkle in their eye.
You tell who's been here longer, who's newer. Hopefully we're all gonna be here together at one point.
Go.
Did you feel yourself kind of fall there? They get stuck because you get so long back here, like you're over pushing. So get your extension and come forward. Okay. Almost like pistons in a car. Yeah.
Every individual is their own puzzle. Our job as a player development staff is to figure out, not only how do you put that puzzle together, but how do we do it at the rate that we want to do it.
See how you came into adduction there and you started to feel like a little unstable, right? That's what we're working on, right? A little bit of locomotion for that arm.
They know us well enough now to know exactly what we need. I talk to them daily about what I need to do to get better to get here.
I think our staff to player ratio here is the best of anything we possibly provide. We have pretty much every strength conditioning coach, so that way we can individualize more.
Try and press this out towards me. Try and press it, there you go, like a big shell, exactly. That's just gonna help engage this muscle just here.
Try to drive your foot into your backhand, like you're extending your knee. And now relax, let you drop a little, there you go, beautiful.
You kind of work with them and you can build a custom plan to really get what you need.
You might feel that one side's better than the other, or the one side's tighter in a given day. That information that you can get as early in the day as possible helps us do as much as we can for you to be ready for game time, lift time, energy system development, whatever we're doing.
Los trainers siempre están de una manera, son demasiado seres humanos con nosotros, nos explican las cosas, se ponen sin poner pero, siempre nos ayudan a seguir mejorando.
It's a great chance for us as a staff to show them that we're here for them and that we're going to be with them through their development, through the off season and their preparation for next year.
The one thing about baseball is there's so many days and so many games. If you don't love it, you're not going to be good at it, no matter what your talent level is athletically or what your skill is. You might be good in high school, you might be good in college by faking it, but you can't fake it at this level.
Small things can turn into big things. And with how elite these players are, some of those little things may end up being the difference maker.
I think the emphasis being put on the little things is a big part of this organization. It's very important to have every aspect from your neck down to your toes really stretched out and ready to compete and prepared to work out and do whatever you need to do.
One of the things that we focus on with our players is their hip mobility.
We're gonna add a little bit of lateral flexion and rotation. So you can dip that hip to the side, come back to the middle, push that other hip to the side.
We want to make sure that they're moving appropriately and able to rotate so that they can efficiently use all of that to showcase their elite skill set.
Esta parte es una de las más tediosas, pero es una de las que más ayuda, igual que las piernas. Es la base del cuerpo.
It's very, very important to build a strong foundation so you can move on to bigger and better things.
Being more on the pitching centric side, I'm looking for, are they at the right place in their throwing for this time of year, and trying to predict out where that will leave them in a couple months when we start getting to bullpen sessions and things like that. How are they acclimating to the growing intensity and volume in the programming?
It's not always pretty, it's not always fun, but you just got to take everything seriously in here.
All right, fellas, as you start to finish up, come on over, let's get your jumps. 37-4, 44, 46-7.
We do have assessments that we do with all of our players, whether it's mobility or strength or power related.
Today, we're just gonna do 6 20-yard sprints. So we wanna get some images of you running, and we wanna get some data on you running.
Where they're at in their training age and where they're at professionally, how many years they've been in the game, it can help dictate what sort of program that we give a player.
Success requires slow, methodical, boring iteration. If you can do this well for a year, you're gonna set yourself up for something far better.
Through all the meetings, like they said, all these little things are so key to your success on the field and off the field.
You will be much more successful if you learn how to take off and get to a vertical position within about 6 or 7 steps.
There's so much that goes behind the scenes, the sleep that you get, the nutrition that you put in your body.
In a mental health way, with your diet, body transformation, strength, the slow, steady, and consistent practice is going to lead to what you want.
So many of these minor league kids, they sign with us and they don't get a lot of experience of their major league cities. and especially of San Francisco.
It's something special to be training in a major league park, whether it's the first time or the 30th time.
Hey, we're just gonna hit a quick dynamic here. Once we're done with that, position players, you guys are gonna go over with Reese and Harms.
After going from the complex to low A to high A, double A, well, it's big league. So it's like really, really cool to experience that. Makes me just want to be here for the summer, you know what I mean?
Esta sinceramente está demasiado lindo, de verdad. Que estén gritando aquí, ¡El Casu! ¡Ey!
From Maracaibo, Zulia, Stanley, Graciani, ay, Casu.
Players have talked about when they make their debut here, they're not as nervous about physically being in the park because they've already done it before.
I think if we could eliminate just a few of the emotions, we can make them comfortable and let them play to the potential that's getting them there. They have so much going on, and then they're trying to make sure they stay more than a day. I don't know what it's like to catch a ball with a third level of fans, or I don't know what the hitter's eye looks like, or I don't know what the locker room looks like, or where it's even at.
Having that experience of being in the park is one that they can look back on fondly and know that they are prepared to go there.
Going into the locker room was when I really noticed it. I was like, yeah, I really want to be here, and just how they treat you. I mean, it's a family here. Just to picture myself playing here and just imagine myself like hitting into the McCovey Cove. It just motivates me to get here.
Trabajando para que en algún momento se haga realidad, no sea solamente una semana, sino que pueda ser mi casa.
Just standing out on the field, being able to work out there, and just see everything that, and like kind of envision yourself in that moment. It's really exciting.
It's one thing to kind of see yourself doing your dream, you know, and this is the closest that they've been to that at this point.
Our goals with this camp are that players had a great week of training and they can build on that through the rest of the off season for when they come back with us.
All right, fellas, thank you. Hopefully this was a great week, great experience for you. You all did a tremendous job. Hopefully it was beneficial for you. You learned a lot, learned how much you have in the tank and how much you can really push yourselves. February, we'll see you guys back in Arizona. Let's be ready to go.
Getting to come to work here every day is something we're all dreaming of, and we're getting close, so definitely motivating for sure.
All the things you have done over the years and all the things you have worked hard towards. Close your eyes and think to yourself that this could possibly be where you could be playing for the rest of your career.